Hello everyone and welcome to my second video. Today we're going to be playing some Town to City. Now this was a game, for some of you that know me through Twitch, it was a game that I streamed and I had a little bit of trouble progressing in the game due to some bugs and stuff like that. Now the game was well into early access and we are now into the 1.0 release of this game, so a lot has changed, a lot of new things have been added, a lot of bugs have been fixed. So you're going to go ahead and start a new game here. And it's going to ask us if you want to start a new save. And we're just going to say yes to that.
Life used to be nice here. But nowadays, it's so crowded. Smoggy streets, noisy factories, the smell of sewage on the air. What if you could do it your way? How would you design your perfect place? From bakery to park to cozy home and everything in between. Let's leave to start a new community. Somewhere green, somewhere nice. Others will surely follow when they hear of it. Well, you'll have to roll up your sleeves first, but with a bit of effort and an eye for planning, you'll soon develop this spot of land from countryside to town. And from town to city.
Very cute intro. You know, sometimes I used to think about like what it would be like to kind of move away from the city and get away from the busy lifestyle. Okay, so we're just going to go through the controls here real quick. Alright, now that we've done that, it's going to ask us to build 3 houses and then connect them to the station with a road. So we'll click over here. And I think what we'll do is maybe build around this little lake or pond that we have over here, and I think that would be a good starting point. So we're not going to build too close because we want to build a road as well. Right? So we'll rotate it a little bit. We'll put one there. One there. And we'll do another one right here. So we'll go ahead and use the Draw Roads tool. Here you can choose road type, brush size, and whether to use freeform drawing or the line tool. Connect buildings by drawing roads between them. We're just going to draw a little path over. We'll leave some grass around the lake because we're not trying to completely take away from the natural state of this town and landscape. Okay, so we've completed that objective, and now here comes the train. first family has arrived. Click on their icon to give them a home. We would like a regular, comfortable house, and this is known as the Bonnet family. Okay, so it's asking us to click on the house. This family has been given a home. Open residence information by clicking on it. A warm, beautiful house is the main way to increase a resident's happiness, but it currently does not provide much. Let's change that by giving residents access to food buildings. Market stalls are now available. Let's place 2 market stalls. Okay, so we have a cheese stall and a poultry stall, and I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I think what we'll do is make this a little market in front of the station, because who knows, maybe you had a long trip and the first thing you want is something to eat, and it's just nice to have some food right off the bat of getting off the train. So we have 2 more families here, and it looks like we can move them in. The Noel family would like a regular, comfortable house, and that we can do for you. And the Archer family would like the same as well. So we'll click on the market stall. Before a shop is operational, it needs to have workers. All adults in your town can be employed. Let's add a worker. Each worker increases the amount of citizens that can be serviced, so make sure all shops can meet their demand by having enough workers. This shop can't sell yet because there's no warehouse connection. Let's build a warehouse next. The warehouse receives resources from the station and then transports them to commerce buildings. An efficient warehouse is nearby commerce buildings and close enough to the station. Okay. So we have access to a small warehouse. And what we'll do is maybe we'll put the warehouse, be able to kind of tuck that warehouse somewhere. Maybe back there. We don't want a warehouse to be too close to a residence as well. Okay, so looks like our happiness isn't doing too great right now. We're at 57%, and there won't be any more new villagers coming in. We also don't have enough houses here, but I think what we first need to do is maybe start building a road off. these all connected? Okay. Warehouse can't transport to this building. Now, is that because we need to move this? Yeah. All right. We'll not mess with it too much. We'll go ahead and add workers. Not quite sure what's going on there. Okay, I think we got it all set now. That was just a little bit weird. Maybe it was just because we needed to add the next worker into the warehouse. But look, we have our people out and about and they're moving around. And it looks like we've finished all our tasks for this list. Just click on the house. Access to multiple different shops greatly increase the happiness for its residents. This house earns you more daily income with each shop connection. Each house, shop, and warehouse has a decoration score. This score makes the people who live or work in this building happier. Let's make a house and a shop or warehouse provide more happiness by decorating the areas around them. Okay. Let's do some decorating. Well, I say before it gets too dark, we should probably put some street lamps. Maybe we'll add some places for people to sit. We'll add a few benches. You know what? We should have this in over on the curb here. We'll go ahead and move this other one. Now townsfolk have a place to sit and wait for the train. You know what? Let's go ahead and we'll put a bench here by the market stalls. Maybe we'll add like a tree here. And you know what? Maybe we'll put like a well. Right about there. I think that looks good. Now we just need to add a couple more decorations. Some small potted flowers. I think putting some flowers there will look nice. And I think I also want to kind of rotate these a little bit. Gonna turn off snapping. There we go. I think that looks much better. Hover over the happiness percent to view the happiness breakdown. Okay? People only arrive at the station if the total average happiness is 60% or above. Percentages in yellow and red should be improved to increase the average happiness efficiently. You can also click on individual residents to dive deeper into their individual happiness. Let's keep the happiness above 60% and grow our town's population. Okay. So we have some more tasks to complete, and now it's asking us to have 5 houses in your town and assign 5 families to houses. So I think what we'll do is we'll continue building around this. We'll build a little circle. And of course, nothing here is permanent, so if we're not happy with it, we can always move and change things around as we see fit. So let's continue to draw a road. I think that looks okay. And now we have some families here. into a new house. Okay, so these tasks are now complete, and everybody that's here currently has a place to stay. The higher population density decreases the residents' overall happiness. Make parks and open spaces and research. Build and connect more buildings to maintain a high happiness. Let's build a research center. Okay, now this is a fairly large building. And I think what we'll do I don't want to build it too close to residents, but I think the research center should kind of be off on its own somewhere. Maybe we'll put it over here like that. And let's build a road. Okay. We have a road connecting from the station to the research center and to the rest of the town. And we'll add a worker. You're now generating research points. You can add more workers to generate points quicker. You can see your current research points and money here. Okay, so it's asking us to open the research menu. And it says unlock the fish stall. You've now unlocked the fish stall. This new building now appears in the construction menu. Okay. So this looks like a good opportunity to expand our market. You have 17 out of 50 residents required to upgrade your city. This will unlock new features and buildings in the research menu. Maintain a high happiness and give 50 people a home. Your goal is to grow your new town into a bustling city. If you get lost, press escape or click the menu button to choose encyclopedia to read explanations again. The game uses autosave, but you can also manually save in this menu. Okay, so we have our new tasks. We have to keep maintaining happiness over 60% or higher, have a population of 50 or higher, and then upgrade the city to the next stage. Okay, well, we're currently sitting at 70% happiness, and I think that will be able to maintain that. So far, it hasn't been too difficult to do so. So we'll go ahead and continue to add in some more shops. So we'll add in the fish stall over there. And I think we should start adding some more houses. I'd say that's a good idea. So we now have more residents that are coming into our town and they're looking for a place to stay. if this is showing that those houses are out of reach from the market, but we'll work on that. We'll work on extending things, and I think what we'll do is we'll make little markets here and there to provide some to basically provide some provisions to the houses that are more further out of reach. So we'll set up little markets as we start to build our city up. This building has variations. Click the variations or press C or V to cycle through them. Okay. You know what? I have them a little bit more spread out than I want them to be. There we go. And build a smaller road. Sometimes drawing these roads can be a little bit tricky. Let's go ahead and move these families in. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to add workers to some of these stalls to get things going. And it looks like we can unlock something here in the research menu. Decorate buildings. Allows certain decorations to be attached to or placed on buildings. Many decorations have special variations that only apply in specific places. Hover over different locations to find all the variations. Good, because what we'll need to do is start decorating these houses as well. I kind of don't like that. So I just want to clean that up a little bit. There, I think that looks better. Let's see. It's definitely dark. So let's put a couple street lamps there. And let's go ahead and decorate some of these buildings and give them a little bit of life. Okay. I think that looks good. I think everything here is coming together fairly nicely. You know what? We're about halfway there. So it looks like we can probably add another worker to our research center, and that would probably help us get some more points in. We have no available houses for this family. We can start building a few more. So we'll go ahead and draw on a road here. And I think what we should do is maybe make this kind of like a little bit of a neighborhood over here. I think we can add another row of houses. And I think that looks really nice. We'll just make a nice little road to bring all these houses together. family with traits has arrived. These traits influence the family's happiness. Okay. Okay, so desires a house surrounded by decorations from the light source category. Okay, well, you know what? We can add that stuff in. You like a house that's surrounded by a lot of trees? No problem, we'll add you over there. Let's get another laborer there. So there's a house that's near water. Well, you know what? Is it possible to move a family? Let's move this family here. Let's move you over there. And we'll add another laborer to this one as well. So we have a bit of an issue with shops and stuff right now. So we don't have some residents that are connected to shops currently, which is okay. We can fix that. Let's say we could research some new things here. We can get a vegetable stall and a fruit stall. And then flower and plant decorations as well. So you know what, since we're kind of in the middle of dealing with not having shops and stuff close by, let's go ahead and make a road that connects everything together. And we'll clean up this a little bit. We'll just try and round that one out a little bit. That way the road's not looking too janky. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll add some more shops in. Okay, and we'll add a couple of workers. It looks like our warehouse is going to need another worker as well. So we have space for one more family that we can add. I think we should clean up this road a little bit. And let's add in another stall that we can sell food from. So we have another vegetable stall there. And we can probably research something else, I think. Fruit stall. I think we should add one more laborer into our research. These residents aren't happy. Let's see how we can improve their happiness. Okay, so I believe this is the family that wanted like trees and stuff around their house, which that's not a problem. We can add that in. We'll go ahead and build that. You know what? We'll put some trees here. We'll put one right next to your house. We'll put a couple over here. We'll add a worker to the fruit stall because we built one and we didn't really add anybody to work there. You've already placed another building of this type. Keep in mind that a house can only connect to each building type once. Having the same building twice is only useful once your city is too big to be served by one of them. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll keep that there for now, regardless. So I'll add another well to this side, and I think that will help out with what we're trying to do here. Maybe we can think about making like a little park area. I don't know. It's nice and flat around this side, so maybe we could do something over there with that later on. We should build some more houses. Now this family desires a house near water. So we'll give him that one. That one's got a higher percent because it's slightly closer. Maybe just like a regular house. Now I think we should kind of decorate this a little bit just to give a little bit to this side of the neighborhood and make it look like a little bit fancy, a little bit more like home. Let's see. You know what? We have enough to get flower and plant decorations. So let's go ahead and get that. Oh yeah. This will definitely allow us to quite a bit more here. And let's put some benches right here. That way we have people that are either at the market and just need a place to rest, or they're waiting on a loved one, or whatever. And let's get some lights going on some of these houses here. Just to give a little bit of variation. We'll add some flowers. And I like that we have it so that it's randomized. We'll say they like sunflowers. You know what? Can we put that there like that? Perfect. we have a couple more families that we can move in. So I think what I'll do is kind of the same thing here, where we're building into these little neighborhoods. So we'll extend out some of these houses like this. Maybe I'll move them back a little bit. That way we can rotate them in like that. It seems pretty good. And like I said, if we're not happy with things, we can always remove and replace or move things around. Let's go ahead and draw another road. And you know what? Maybe we can start moving people around a little bit, just so we can fulfill the needs. So we're gonna move this family over here. We're gonna move you over there. And these guys aren't very picky, so they just want an average house. And what I'll do is I'll put another tree here. We'll do that. And we'll extend out some lamps over here. You desire a house with many flower decorations. That is no problem. You can now upgrade the town to the next stage. Click the green button to upgrade. Okay. Alright, so we just had a little bit of a celebration there. And our city has now been upgraded to stage 2. So we have an apparel, which is a new need unlocked. And the research menu has now expanded and unlocked to tier 2. Mayor, could I talk to you for a moment? Okay. Olga says, we're excited about the potential for our town to grow into a prosperous city. Everything's going swell, though some of the new arrivals are experiencing issues. I suggest building yourself a house first, one with a big mailbox. That way, we'll know how to reach you if we have any requests for our little town. Okay, so we have a new quest, and we've received an item, Mayor's House. Okay. So it looks like it wants us to build us a little house. Now, do we want to build close to our residence? Or do we want to kind of build out and be more towards our own? I don't think it's a bad idea to build close to the residence. Perhaps we can expand out over here and maybe make our home over there. I think this is a good spot right here. We're not too far away from everyone. So we're closer to the research center. We got a nice little lake or pond over here too, which aesthetically should be pleasing for our little home. And you know, we'll probably decorate things around it as we go. So we'll go ahead and draw a little road here as well. We'll just clean up that road a little bit. Not that we're trying to be isolated, but I mean, this is like a whole residential area, and the mayor shouldn't necessarily be crowded and overwhelmed by its people right there. Now that is a house fit for a mayor. Olga says, amazing. Your house looks great. I'm sure the first requests will start coming in soon. We're all thrilled to have such an involved mayor in town. Don't worry if it takes a while to address any of our requests. We're patient townfolk. Okay, so it looks like we have some new requests and stuff. So what we'll do is, I think this is a good place to stop for now. We've gone from a small dwelling and we've moved up to a hamlet. And I think that's good progress right now. So next time we'll work on taking on some of the requests that our villagers will have. And we'll look at growing our city some more and doing a little bit more decorating. And who knows, we may even just completely change things up. We'll just go with the flow and build our town as we see fit. I'd like to thank you all once more for joining me this video and building our little town. For those of you that would like to see more content, I do have a Twitch channel, so I will leave my link for my Twitch content in the description. And as always, thank you all for your love and support and joining me on this journey through YouTube. If you'd like to come by and say hi when I'm live on Twitch, please do so. And I would love to have you all join me there as well. Now, Twitch isn't exactly so much of ASMR content, but it's just more of some normal gameplays. I don't really dive too much into like the cozy games and stuff on Twitch. It's me playing other games and interacting with my followers and my friends over there. As always, please look after yourselves, be kind to each other, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much.